Aliosha Popovich. In the heavens a bright new moon was born, and on earth, in the house of Leonte, the old priest of the cathedral, a son, a mighty hero. He was named Aliosha Popovich, a fine name. He was given meat and drink, and in one day he grew as much as other babes in a week. In 1 week he was as others at the end of a year. Soon he began to walk in the streets and to play with the other little children. If he grasped someone by the arm came off. If he grasped someone by the leg came off. Terrible were his games. If he took a man by the body, he pulled off his belly. Then Aliosha came of age and asked his father and mother to give him their blessing and their permission to try his luck in the field of battle. His father answered, "Aliosha Popovich, you are going into the field of battle. There are mightier men than you on this earth. Therefore take Marishko Paranov's son as your faithful servant." So the brave knights mounted their good steeds, and as they rode off into the great world, a pillar of dust smoked behind them, and they were gone. Soon the brave knights came to the realm of Prince Vladimir. Aliosha Popovich went straight to the prince's white stone palace, crossed himself as is prescribed, and bowed as he had been taught, to all 4 sides, and to Prince Vladimir in addition. Prince Vladimir welcomed them, bade them sit down at the oaken table, and gave them meat and drink before he questioned them. They ate marvelous gingerbreads, washing them down with heady wines. Then Prince Vladimir asked them, "Who are you, brave youths? Are you bold and mighty heroes, or chance travelers, or untrustworthy persons? I know neither your names nor your father's names." Aliosha Popovich answered, "I am the son of Leonte, the old priest of the cathedral, and my name is Aliosha Popovich. Here by my side is my servant, Marishko Paranov's son." When he had eaten and drunk his fill, Aliosha Popovich went to the brick stove to rest, for it was after midday. But Marishko Paranov's son remained seated at the table. At that time, Tugarin Zmivich, son of the dragon, a mighty champion, invaded and scourged Prince Vladimir's kingdom. Tugarin Zmivich came to Prince Vladimir's white stone palace. With one stride of his left leg, he crossed the threshold. With one stride of his right leg, he reached the oaken table. He ate and drank and embraced the princess. He made mock of Prince Vladimir. He put one loaf of bread in one cheek and another in the other cheek, and then he put a whole swan on his tongue, pushed it in with a pancake, and swallowed everything in one gulp. Aliosha, who was lying on the brick stove, spoke these words to Tugarin Zmivich. "My father, the old priest Leonte, once had a big cow, a gluttonous cow that went from brewery to brewery and drank whole barrels of beer and their dregs. Then his big cow, this gluttonous cow, went to a lake and drank all the water from it. And suddenly she burst. And so may you, Tugarin Zmivich, burst at this table." Tugarin became enraged at Aliosha Popovich and hurled a steel knife at him. But Aliosha Popovich was quick and dodged behind an oaken pillar. Then Aliosha spoke these words. Thanks, Tugurin, Zmivich, mighty champion, for giving me thy steel knife. With it I will cut open thy white breast, dim thy bright eyes, and behold thy fiery heart. As Aliosha said these words, Marishko Paranov's son jumped from behind the oaken table onto his nimble feet, grabbed Tugurin by the neck, pulled him from the table, and hurled him against the white wall. The glass windows were shattered in splinters. Aliosha Popovich spoke up from the brick stove. "Oh, you, Marishko Paranov's son, faithful and devoted servant." Marishko Paranov's son answered, "Give me the steel knife, Aliosha Popovich. I will cut open Tugurin's white breast, dim his bright eyes, and behold his fiery heart." Aliosha answered from the brick stove, "Oh, Marishko Paranov's son, do not befoul this white stone palace. Let him go into the open field. There we shall meet him tomorrow and give him battle." Next day, Marishko Paranov's son rose at the very break of dawn and led the spirited horses out to drink water at the swift-flowing stream. Tugurin, the dragon's son, flew through the air and challenged Aliosha Popovich to come to the open field. And Marishko Paranov's son came to Aliosha Popovich, saying, "God be thy judge, Aliosha Popovich, that thou gavest me not the steel knife. I would have cut open this knave's white breast. I would have dimmed his bright eyes and beheld his fiery heart. Now what will you take from this Tugurin? He is flying through the air." Aliosha spoke these words, "If I do not triumph, heaven is betrayed." Aliosha brought forth his good steed, saddled him with a Circassian saddle, tightened it with 12 silken girths, not for beauty's sake, but for strength, and went to the open field. He rode all around it, and behold, Tugurin Zmivich flew through the air. And Aliosha Popovich made him this prayer: "Holy Mother of God, send me a black cloud, and send me pelting rain from the black cloud to wet Tugurin's paper wings." Aliosha's prayer reached heaven. A threatening black cloud rolled over the sky. From it God made a heavy pelting rain to fall, and Tugurin's paper wings wilted. He fell to the damp earth and rode onto the open field. Like two mountains rolling together, so did Tugurin and Aliosha meet. They clashed with their maces. The maces broke at the handles. They clashed with their spears. The spears twisted on their staves. They swung their sabers. The sabers broke. Aliosha fell from his saddle like a sheaf of oats, and Tugurin Zmivich began to smite him. But Aliosha was quick and dodged under the horse's belly. Then he crawled out from under the horse's belly on the other side and struck Tugurin with his knife under the right breast, and threw him down from his good steed, and began to shout at him, "Thanks, Tugurin Zmivich, for thy steel knife. I will cut open thy white breast. I will dim thy bright eyes. I will behold thy fiery heart." And Aliosha cut off Tugurin's rash head and carried it to Prince Vladimir. He rode and he played with the head, tossing it high in the air and catching it on the tip of his spear. Looking from afar, Vladimir took fright. "Behold Tugurin carrying Aliosha's rash head," he said. "Now, in sooth, he will enslave our Christian kingdom." Marishko Paranov's son answered, "Grieve not, Vladimir, our little red son, our prince of the capital city of Kiev. If the foul Tugurin rides on the ground and flies not through the air, he will lose his rash head by my steel spear. Be not distressed, Prince Vladimir. When the time comes, I shall fight him." Then Marishko, Paranov's son, looked into the spyglass and recognized Aliosha Popovich. "I know him by his mighty gait and his heroic posture," he said. "It is Aliosha, turning his steed sharply, tossing the head high and catching it on the tip of his spear. It is not the foul Tugurin riding yonder, but Aliosha Popovich, the son of Leontai, the old priest of the cathedral, and on his spear he carries the head of the foul Tugurin Zmivich." The end.